inside Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Today, rivals meet in the NFC East. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico. Greg Olson set to get this one started. Off we go from Northwest Stadium. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also, in year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
The man left side, that's Zacchaeus. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Commanders first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes!
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Moss in motion. Now Driscoll. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up third and real long.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
The Commanders set to kick this one away. Returnable from the 17. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Back to throw is Manning. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Slayton is the man in motion. On 3rd down, it's Manning. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A gain there of 20. 1st down, Giants.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Giants.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On the play fake, here's Manning. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A handoff as they try to run it here. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down?
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. That's good for a Giants 1st down. They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
This is pretty impressive from the big guy in the middle, Mike. I mean, typically we see these guys make most of their plays on the interior of the defense. They're big bodies, they're run stuffers. But look at the athleticism here as he's able to get outside the numbers and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
To the air is Manning. Quick throw, taken in. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. Manning. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, They started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see the football for the second time. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. 14 yards on that pass play there. 1st down, Washington.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
We typically see the big guys up front, Mike, make plays at the line. But every so often, he's able to drive through, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing, Driscoll. It's into the hands of Jaden Blue. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Driscoll. He finds his man, Troutman. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical, right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll run the sneak. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Abdul Carter there to bring him down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stick with him again. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Here's Driscoll. That is caught side of the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it. And the Commanders move out to a 7-3 lead.
Commanders 7, Giants 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through 1. It's the Commanders with the early lead. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Giants football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. To throw, it's Manning. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Throwing now on third and long. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
The Giants sending out their punter, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone and a touchback. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Driscoll. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's a loss of 1.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Downfield, got a man, and he's got it. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Washington. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
McManus on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Commanders extend their advantage to 14-3.
Commanders 14, Giants 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
Throwing now, Manning. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass. After that play, we have one of the commanders who is down. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Manning. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Now, faking the give. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Defensively for that run.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
Driscoll looking to throw. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one, and they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Giants offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Neighbors in motion. He'll get this out wide. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Handoff here, up the middle. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left him nowhere to go. And no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher, and this offense now finds themselves staring at 4th down as a result.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the Giants. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting set to get back to work. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
2nd and 10. Here's a design run. Oh, a loose football. And fortunately, he's able to cover it up. It will not be a turnover, but will go down as a sack.
3rd and 10.
Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet. I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now Manning. This one into the hands of Beckham. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Give him 14 on that play. One play, one first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is, firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here's Manning. Quick hitting slant there. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Back to throw is Manning. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down. To the air is Manning. Open man, that's Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down. That'll wind up a gain of 11 on 4th down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass, nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He'll get this out quickly to his left. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former Wolverine, the rookie from Michigan.
We had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the second round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a first-rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
Signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now Driscoll. This one not quite on target. Hit him too much, and that one falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
To throw is Driscoll. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Manning. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far. It's an incompletion.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
He's got his man, that's Slayton. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their second. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. He'll look to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
The Giants going to call their 3rd and final timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Manning. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Third quarter. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Giants.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Number 80. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup there of 19 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On the play fake, here's Madden. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Now give on the ground. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line, and for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start, and this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
Run on first down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
The RPO, that one is complete. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On third down, it's Manning. There's that man again, another catch. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Giants are back within 5.
Giants 9.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back, Jalen Blue, heading back out there. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
He's tackled at the 30.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. Pulled forward. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard
I don't want to take
line.
anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield.
That's another.
A gain there of 11. First down, Washington.
First and 10.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike,
line.
blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
38-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 7. Here's Driscoll. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
The Commanders about to send this one away. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with first and 10. Throwing now, Manning. Short throw, that's pulled in by Mayer. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And he will pick it up. Let's give him a first down up to the 37-yard line.
First down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 2. And he'll give up the middle. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Giants.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Has some room inside the 30. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Commanders' 7-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 38 yards.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Looking to throw is Manning. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Here's the toss as they look to run. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The idea here on 2nd down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a 3rd and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here, and I think on 3rd and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
Neighbors in motion. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, New York. It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it. As you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6, it starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do, and we can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game.
Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2.
The Giants
They'll try to pick this up with a run. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion works. And the lead is up to 3.
Commanders 14.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return is Rodgers. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing, Driscoll. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
A gain of 4 brings...
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. play coming up. This is third down. Driscoll. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. A gain there of 27 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
Here in the fourth quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the fourth quarter.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
He'll get this out to his running back. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. You want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
So now then, first and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
A field goal only ties it. When you find yourself this close, you're thinking 6. Let's take the lead. But now after that first down loss, it really changes the approach now on second and third. You have to at least come away with points.
Robinson. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
No gain on the play.
Although I would have liked to have seen them throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs, now after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on third down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
Now Driscoll. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone, that one's incomplete.
Well, it's no secret to anybody who follows this league. This is one of the elite playmakers in the entire NFL. So he put one high, thinking his guy would go up there and get it. We've seen him do it so many times before, but just puts a little too much on it and ends up sailing over his head.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
DJ Reed on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. To the air is Manning. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Manning. This one into the hands of Beckham. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. That's good for a Giants first down.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, fourth quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
At the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 9. Here's Manning. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed. Tight game, tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Point after, coming up here. He's got it. And the Giants will go up by 7.
Giants 24, Commanders 17.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken, Let's see what happens on this kickoff. On the return is Rocker. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Commanders' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll somehow turn this into a net positive, getting out of bounds after a pickup of a yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Back to throw is Driscoll. Going right, it's taken in, and he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. That pass play good for 22. Good for a Commander's first down.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
Made at his 48-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Driscoll. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, Washington. Driscoll looking to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays. And
he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's a big one, this third down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in.
That's interference.
That might
Defense.
make this a first down.
Automatic first down.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in! Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Commander.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll stick to the ground. And, oh, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
To throw, it's Manning. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Crowd noise rises. Big play here. 3rd and 1. Now Manning. He's going to let it fly downfield for Beckham. That is caught. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Now, Cano for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants will go up by 7.
Giants 31, Commanders 24.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So here are the Commanders down on the scoreboard. A little under 50 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves as they come up with first down. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Driscoll. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Great job there defensively separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd. Clock will stop with 35 seconds to go. Here's 1st down. Throwing Driscoll. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage, no gain to show for it.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Back to the air one more time. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Bunker down. They'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the big...
And it's a touchdown! They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, I know everyone has their opinions about whether to kick it or go for 2, but my honest opinion is I don't even think there's a decision to be made. I'm keeping my offense on the field. We've practiced all week for our gotta-have-it 2-point play. Dial it up. Do not play for overtime. Win this game now in regulation.
So now the extra point to, in all likelihood, send us to overtime. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late fourth as the kickoff comes. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. This is 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Madden. This ball batted away. That's incomplete. DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it. Here comes 2nd down. Throwing now, Madden. Short throw that's pulled in by Mann. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he did a nice job there, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
7-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
2. So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a 1st down at the 44-yard line.
1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
He's got the hook up there on the comeback route. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
3rd and 5. Neighbors in motion. On 3rd down, it's Manning. Open man, that's Slayton. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Giants.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
That one is caught. It's Hudson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
To the air is Manning. Here's a screen set up for Benson. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he takes a really good lick to the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
Here's Manning. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime.
Of course, they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
So, the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. Here's a run up the gut, and they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
Brings up second and 11.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Looking to get that wide receiver screen set up, but this one will not work. It's incomplete.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
Moss in motion. Back to throw is Driscoll. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 36 yards.
These wide outside the number throws. This is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
At the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
They'll stick with him again. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Third down, they need 5. To throw is Driscoll. He finds his man, Troutman. A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Commander's first down.
For a Commander's first down. First and 10.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Moss in motion. Now Driscoll. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Quick throw, taken in, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3. It's fourth down.
So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to extend the overtime. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This one he's gotta have. The kick is good. Under pressure, he delivers. And we continue on. Now it's next score wins here in overtime. So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. He'll get this out wide, and he'll be forced out of bounds a yard or so shy of the marker, but it is a gain of 9 on 1st down.
33-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and a yard. Neighbors in motion. Manning. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
At the 35-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. In motion comes Beckham. On the play fake, here's Madden. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 17 yards on that play. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Here comes the jet sweep. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's another.
Give them 14 on that one. 1st down,
A gain of 14.
Giants.
First down, Giants.
So the challenge of these jet sweeps, Mike, is they happen so fast. Nowadays in these offenses, there's so much pre-snap motion that you don't know if the receiver's just going in regular motion or are they timing it up with the snap to give them the jet sweep. So when you don't get an early read, you see the leverage and the contain of the defense break down, and when these receivers and the way they can run, they get out into space, they are a handful to track down. All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. So now, a big spot coming here. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So a road win here for the Giants. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.